What is good, my people? How are you doing out there? Today is the day we are getting one step closer to learning about factoring. And factoring is something you will be doing in every one of your math classes for the next few years. So some big stuff coming up. Hopefully, a couple days ago when you were doing those diamond problems, you were able to figure out the pattern and kind of work through that. I'm going to try and make today's lesson a quick one, a short one, only a couple of minutes long, and just have you kind of practice on that. There'll be homework posted tonight. And then you also can be doing any old missing homework assignments and resubmit those for credit. So let's take a look at the intro to factoring. So they talk about this thing called a prime factorization tree. So a prime number is a number whose factors are only one in itself. So we want to break these up into all of its factors. So let's jump in there. If we're looking at 7w to the fifth, the number 7 is actually a prime number. There are not two numbers that multiply together to be 7 other than 1 and 7. So that's already done for us with just that. And then we think of w to the fifth. Well, that can be broken up into w times w times w times w 5 times. So that's our prime factorization for 7w to the fifth. And then if we slide over and look at 35w squared, the number 35 is 7 times 5. The number 7 can't be broken up any farther, and then the number 5 can't be broken up any farther, so we're good there. Then we look at w squared, and it's w times w. So for the second part, they're saying, what factors are in common to both of them? So if we're looking, both of them have a 7, so I'm going to use that. Both of them have two w's, which is w squared. So what I'm actually finding is the least common denominator, so to speak, even though they're not a denominator here, but you're getting 7w squared. So I'm going to let you take a look at number 3 on your own, figure out what that pattern is, and just remember you want to break them down to numbers where their only factors are 1 in itself. Going to the sets through number 5, we're doing the distributed property on a lot of them, and you're trying to find that missing piece. So let's look at, say, number 5b. They're saying, what do you have to do to this in order to have it equal to this whole thing? I know this 6 is going to have to be multiplied by that, and then the 6 was being multiplied by that. Well, 6 times 3b squared gave you the 18b squared. So those kind of like match up. So what I'm really looking at is 6 times what gives you 24a. Well, 6 times 4 is 24, and then there's an a there, so I'm getting a 4a, which would be in there. So you're trying to find that missing piece to get them to match up. Now let's go to that diamond stuff that we were talking about the other day. This actually gives you the pattern for you. It says, what two numbers multiply together to be the top number, but add up to be the bottom number? So that's the pattern that you were finding on those diamond problems the other day, and this is going to be huge, preferably without a calculator, but if you need one, I can understand that, at least until you kind of get the hang of it. So let's jump in at number 5. So you're saying two numbers that multiply together to be negative 24 that add up to be negative 5. So just to take this one slowly, I'm going to write down all of those possible factors and see what we get. So two numbers that multiply together to be negative 24. Well, you could have 1 times negative 24. You could have negative 1 times positive 24. You could have 2 times negative 12. You could have negative 2 times positive 12. You could have 3 times negative 8. You could have negative 3 times positive 8. You could see some numbers have so many factors, especially when you have a negative. You also have 4 times negative 6, negative 4 times positive 6. I think that's about all the factors that you have. And most of them don't have that many. But you want to look, out of those numbers, which add up to be negative 5. So we look, 3 plus negative 8 gives you negative 5. So those are the numbers that are going in this spot. And that's the pattern you're looking for in all of these. It is going to come in huge when we start factoring tomorrow. So just get really good at finding what two numbers multiply together to be the top number that also add up together to be the bottom number. So hopefully you learned a little bit there. I tried keeping it short for you. Always message me with any questions. I'm getting mixed results on the homeworks and the formatives and all those type of things, but message me with any questions. Have a good day. See ya.